Hello, I'm Lester Lee, and welcome back to Movies Now at SavannahNow.com. This week, as we promised last week, we're going to review Inglourious Basterds in full, as well as talk about the release of Halloween 2.
And now for our feature presentation.
Well, as I promised last week, this past weekend, I went and saw Inglourious Basterds, and like I said, I'm going to tell you everything I thought about it. But I thought we'd try something different on this show, so I brought a friend to help me talk about it. This is Todd, and he knows more about movies than anyone else I know. Todd, who won Best Supporting Actor in 1972?
Joel Grey, Cabaret.
See? And as you can tell from his shirt, he's a huge Tarantino fan.
Huge Tarantino fan.
So it works perfectly for us to talk about Inglourious Basterds. First, we'll start you off with a clip.
10 hot! I'm putting together a special team. We're gonna be doing one thing and one thing only. Killing Nazis. Sound good? Yes, sir!
Now, in that clip, you saw Lieutenant Aldo Raine, played by Brad Pitt, as he recruits the Bastards. Now, for you girls out there who just want to go see Brad Pitt, he actually doesn't have that much face time.
In fact, the Bastards aren't really the centerpiece of the film. They actually play a supporting part among a much bigger cast and ensemble.
Like, it's split. This movie's split into 5 different chapters and has roughly 3 storylines intersecting throughout, and the Bastards play one of those storylines, but it's not the main one. And when Todd and I went and saw it, we picked out 2 girls who looked like they were there just for Brad Pitt, and
made a bet to see if they'd walk out, and of course he won.
They walked out.
They walked out.
You know who we are.
Everybody in the German army's heard of you.
You probably heard we ain't in the prisoner-taking business. We in the killing Nazi business. And cousin, business is booming. If you ever want to eat a sauerkraut sandwich again, take your wiener schnitzel licking finger and point out on this map what I want to know.
I respectfully refuse.
Hey, Donnie! Guy's German here wants to adopt the country. Oblige him.
Now, Inglourious Basterds is Tarantino's attempt at a spaghetti western, but it also has many elements of World War II cinema, especially the setting and the time.
Especially in the first chapter, when it starts off, it's very serious, like a standard World War II flick. But as it continues on, the more exaggerated the characters and the story seem, and it does end in sort of a spaghetti western kind of style.
It gets almost cartoonish, and it's just interesting to see the way that Tarantino approaches the goriness, which it's almost comical if you find blood and gore comical.
No, there's not that much gore in there. Now, what gore there is very graphic.
But you're not going to see another Hostel, so
no.
It's very... I thought it was done in true Tarantino form and very well done.
There's a ton of, the Tarantino world, like in Pulp Fiction and Kill Bill, the exaggerated form of it. However, it does go back and it's very realistic at times, too.
Yeah, I thought that's where really the different storylines comes into play with the realism and then the cartoonish bastards and stuff. It creates just a nice, whole, well-rounded film, which has something...
It's interesting how, when it comes to the Nazis and the Jews, it's very realistic. However, the most cartoonish, exaggerated thing about the whole piece are, in fact, the Bastards. Especially Brad Pitt as a hillbilly Jew.
Who wants Nazi scalps?
They're now in the hands of the SS. My hands, to be exact.
Oh, yes.
Now, for you Tarantino fans who are wondering how this measures up to Tarantino's body of work, I personally think it's definitely on par with Pulp Fiction, one of his best. But Todd knows a lot better than I do, so I'll let him take it away.
Well, at the top of the list, you have Reservoir Dogs and Pulp Fiction, and I think it's right there at it, right above Grindhouse and the Kill Bill movies. So it's really up there. It's not a disappointment.
So if you're a fan of Tarantino, definitely go see Inglourious Basterds while it's in theaters.
That's one for the books.
Help! I'm trapped. Help me!
Also coming out this weekend is Halloween 2, which is Rob Zombie's second Halloween remake. In this movie, you see Michael Myers trying to get to his little sister for... Well, it's a horror movie, so I guess he doesn't really need a reason. And keep in mind that it's directed by Rob Zombie, so anything is to be expected. So if you've already seen Inglourious Basterds, then go see Halloween 2.
Evil is here.
I'm not me.
Who are you then?
I'm Michael Myers' sister.
Halloween 2 comes out Friday, August 28th, 2009. Also coming out this weekend that I didn't mention is The Final Destination, the fourth movie in a series of movies that didn't really need one. But if you want to see a terrible horror film in 3D, then this is for you. But keep in mind that Inglourious Basterds is still out, and I highly recommend it. For local times and listings, go to do.savannahnow.com. Once again, I'd like to thank Todd for coming on the show, and I'm Lester Lee for Movies Now at savannahnow.com.